This is a Looney Studios podcast. Hello and welcome to Aerde Tales. I'm Hunter Looney, the Game Master, and this show is a fantasy role-playing game that takes place on the planet of Aerde, around the Renaissance period of that world. The stories, magic systems, species, etc. are of my own design, but some of the gameplay mechanics like stat categories, fall damage, are either from or adapted from Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder, etc. I'm joined today by Leah.
Good morning.
And Noah.
Salazar.
I almost said Salazar. Last time on our quest, our adventurers took their 2-week or 12 days of travel to make it back from the country they were touring and investigating stuff in, all the way back to Desmodon. And they made their way all the way back to the capital, and they are pulling up to the capital now. The two of you have not visited the capital city of Desmodon, which is called Dorka, and as your carriage enters the city, you are met with an urban sprawl that you have not yet encountered. It is humongous and expansive.
A what?
Urban sprawl.
What does that mean?
So it means like the city probably started out with like a main street, and then it gradually kept growing bigger.
Okay.
And then if you look around it, there's just like houses and stuff stretching in every direction around the city center.
Wait, you're saying we haven't been to Desmodon?
You haven't been to the capital city of Desmodon, Dorka.
Oh.
You have went to the town of Desmodon, which was the old capital. So, I can see how you would be confused.
But that's where Shay and her moms live, is in the old capital.
I can see, once again, how you would be confused. That is the place you all visited before in Desmodon, the old capital.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Shay lives. The queens were just visiting her when you met them last time.
Okay.
I can see how that would be fuzzy. But, just like our real world, there are cities that are named after states or countries and stuff. Alright, it is right at dusk, so the lights are beginning to be lit all across the city. And on top of your carriage, Kira, the 3.5-foot tall ice Caladrius, is perched, taking this all in quite majestically. And it's just looking around. So you all have this carriage just making its way through the city, and the bird's just standing on top of it, looking around.
She's great.
Shay sits comfortably back in her seat, as she has seen the city countless times. But Pock, Barnaby, Salazar, and Gamore, you all peer out of your carriage as it carries you further into the center of the city. You all take in all the sights of the outer city, the middle city, and then you enter the walled center part of the city. You all perceive even further into the heart of the city. And as you go onward into the castle walls at the very center of the city, the green roofs are the castle area.
Okay.
And your carriage stops right in front of what Shay has said is the royal housing, where you all will be able to sleep for the night, and attendees will assist you in finding your lodging and anything that you may need. Shay also adds that in the morning we will all have an audience before the queens. She recommends washing off the weeks of travel that you all have on you.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. You all disembark from the carriage, and you are now in the courtyard in front of the royal guest housing of the castle. What would you all like to do?
Ask Pock. You know that clone magic?
Yes, I don't know it, but I have heard of it.
Can you find someone that knows how to do that?
I can research it in some of my books.
Okay.
How about I start doing that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we're outside of the castle walls.
Yes. No, you all are inside of this castle area.
Oh, okay.
But you all are in front of one of the buildings inside the castle area that has been told to be the guest housing of royal guests.
Okay.
You all are in the inner sanctum of this place.
Okay. So I want to ask Shay, like, when are we meeting back up?
In the morning, I will come for you all in the meeting area of the royal guest housing, and we will meet up and go visit and have our audience with the queens.
Okay. Shall we eat breakfast ourselves beforehand?
There should be some in that guest housing for you.
Oh, okay.
The attendees in there shall take care of you.
Okay. Well, thank you, and I guess we'll see you in the morning.
Okay. All right.
So
Anything
we
y'all
go
want to
check
do?
out the guest house.
Y'all clean up, freshen up, and whatnot. Make
Mm-hmm.
yourselves presentable to queens.
Mm-hmm. Yes, queen.
All right. As you all are awakened, you all are greeted by the smell of food in each of your rooms. They have apparently, attendees have came while you all were still asleep and placed food in each of your room. There is a smorgasbord in each of your rooms.
Smorgasbord?
A smorgasbord.
What's that?
It's like a buffet, pretty
It's
much.
like a spread of.
You got a good spread
of
of food.
Okay.
All right.
I eat everything.
Jeez. Okay. Roll Constitution to see if you have trouble on either end.
Sure.
You get.
I got an 11.
I'm seeing if you get any pluses to Constitution. You get +2. You're fine.
It's really good food.
Yeah, it's really good food, and you're fine.
Yeah,
you
okay.
don't get sick.
Cool.
Surprisingly, I said it at 10. You would have got sick if you. You all get dressed, eat, and whatnot. I assume you're dressing with your all's fancier attire that you all carry on your person. Well, after you get dressed, you all are able to meet in the foyer, and Shay is waiting there for you all. What are Barnaby, the Firefox, and Kira, the Ice Caladrius, going to do during this time?
I'm gonna try to let Barnaby, can you do fire moves? And if so, breathe a little bit of fire onto the stick.
Nothing comes out of the mouth.
Well, you're a fire frog, so. So you're agreeing with me on that.
And he does up against your leg, kind of like a cat.
Maybe he's just not ready.
Okay.
I would like to take Kira with me because she doesn't like being alone, and we're trying to.
Are you putting the shoulder thing on then and just having it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to bond still.
Okay. You bringing Barnaby then? Might as well.
Sure.
Wait, how long have I had Kira? I got her during the travel.
Yeah.
Was that a week ago?
Yeah, you've had her a little over a week. So
Okay.
you've been bonding each day and stuff.
So yeah, I mean we've been in a little carriage
Kira
together.
is pretty chill with you.
But okay, so
No.
but I let her out last night so she could go fly around, and she brought back some dead things, but that's cool.
Well, you all are in a city, so only like a rat.
Oh, okay, sure. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you're in the city area.
Okay, but then yes, I would like to take the shoulder thing and take her with me.
All right. Your bird just looks at you and kind of shrugs its shoulder and jumps up onto your shoulder.
Sweet.
Yeah. And it just looks down on everybody. It's happy it's higher than everybody. All right. Anything else you all need to do before you all head? You see all your parties with you. Pock is with you. Al, Mushak in disguise as Al is with you all. Omi is not here because remember Omi broke off with Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they go again?
They were to report back to the people in the capital of Vatten, and then report back to the people in the capital of the Port province, and then they were going to meet you all back in Desmodon at Shay's house.
Shay has a house.
It's the one you all visited and met the queens in initially when you were invited for dinner.
Okay.
I would like you all head out of the guest housing and you will head towards what you've been told is the throne room by Shay. As you all enter the throne room in Dorka, you see the two queens up on their thrones and the flags of Desmodon flying on the walls. Give me perception checks.
Okie dokies.
Good
I got a 1.
4.
Gamora, you have +1. And you have +3.
So I got a 2.
And a
I
7.
got a 7.
Okay, you all notice it's a pretty cool throne room.
It's a throne room. Okay.
It's pretty sweet. All right.
Do we see the queens? They're on the throne?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Thrones. Okay.
So you all approach all the way up to the stairs.
Why do we need perception checks? Puck's with us?
Yep.
Okay.
Why would Puck not be with you?
I don't know.
He's in your party.
I mean, yeah, but he usually just stays in the inn or whatever.
He's not expecting a fight.
Not true. Okay.
Y'all would just be murdered.
Okay, so it's me, Salazar, Puck,
And Al.
and Al, and Shay.
Yeah. The only other people besides you and your party in this space are the two queens. The doors are shut behind you all.
Okay.
Alright. As you look around the throne room, this is built to be a modest throne room for the amount of riches that this country has and stuff. This could be a way more lavish throne room if they chose it to be. As you all approach the throne and stand there, Shay bends the knee and states, "We have returned, my queens. You had wanted to question these individuals to expand on the report that I gave you all last night. What do you all do?" Shay just bent the knee and bowed before them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we bow.
You're all
yeah,
gonna
sure.
bow. Alright. Your party mates follow your all's lead and you all kneel. As you lift your gaze, you are met by the queens. You two have met these individuals before when they invited you for dinner, and that was way less formal. Pock, Barnaby, I can't remember your bird's name. Kira,
How dare you? Just kidding.
and Mushak have not met them. On the left sits Zun Ali, who has fair, tawny brown skin, and she is dressed in black with gold trim. She is a female human vampire that stands at approximately 5 feet tall. An easy way to describe her would be if you pictured Janelle Monáe as a Renaissance-era royalty. Sitting to the right is Akafa Ali, also a female human vampire, and she is 5'6" with light sepia brown skin. She is dressed in all black with red trim. She also is adorned with a fancy top hat with lace, with a lace flower on it, and holding a glass filled with a deep red liquid. Zun begins by saying, "Shay, we are glad for your safe return. We are sorry that we were not able to share your recent 231st birthday. Shall we have a party tonight for you? Also, are all the individuals in this room trustworthy enough to have the sensitive conversation we are about to have?" Shay responds, "I trust Gamora and Salazar. Pock has also been privy to all the information. Al here," and she looks at Al/Mushak, and she notices that she does not look like Al anymore. And within a second...
What?
Within a second, Shay is on her and has a knife drawn at her throat. And goes,
Oh no.
"Who are you and what have you done with Al?"
Oh no.
And Mushak now just is like, what do y'all do?
I'm like,
Shay, we can explain we're sorry. This has been hard and difficult for us. But we didn't want to keep things from you. But this is our friend. She has been her the whole time, but she's been disguising herself because she has a lot of people trying to kill her.
And you thought I would try to kill this random person?
No, we were just trying to keep, like, as few people as possible knowing her identity.
And who is this person?
Not that we don't trust you. It's just we were trying to keep it small.
We had a whole 2 weeks.
We did.
She still has the knife at
gosh. Did we tell her name? I mean, I think we have to.
I'm like tapping Mushak on the shoulder, like.
Mushak is freaking out. She has a knife at her throat. She's in a throne room where presumably, like, she's about to die.
Shay, I know we can trust you, and I think we should have probably told you before. This is Mushak. She's from the village that Salvazar's from, so they've known each other their whole lives. But now her village has a bounty on her head, and there's a lot of people trying to kill her.
Alright, make a persuasion check.
You
get +1 to that.
I got a 2.
Ooh, I guess all y'all's good rolls are out the door.
Oh.
Alright, so you're telling me the hometown, this person shares the hometown of Salvazar, which is Using, which is famous for assassins. You have brought an assassin into the throne room. Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
She does magic. So, and I do magic. She got kicked out because of magic. Not because of assassination and other stuff.
And neither of them agrees with how their village does things, and that's why they left.
Okay. But
Can Salvazar roll a persuasion?
none of the things he says was trying to persuade. He just told him that she doesn't know about your all's culture or anything. You just told her that she does magic. You brought a magical assassin. That's what you just told me. Because I know you are really good at certain techniques to assassinate and whatnot. Now you're just telling me that this other person that you know also does magic and is good at assassinating.
Tell them what your village is like, Salvazar.
Our village is very rough. Okay, so technically, we get disciplined a lot, and not so fun times.
Okay.
And there's like really strict rules.
Everywhere has rules.
They're like taught to be killers from birth, basically, and not allowed to do.
Do you see me killing anyone,
magic.
right?
So you're telling me once again this person has been trained since birth to be a killer. You brought somebody I don't know in here. Why should I trust this person?
Because if you trust me, then you should trust my decision that she can come along.
Alright, make a persuasion check with advantage. So roll twice.
15.
Okay, roll again.
1.
You have a +3 to persuasion.
So you've got 18?
Yeah. Alright. Shay lowers the knife and goes, alright. We'll talk about this more later. I do trust you all enough that I am not going to imprison this person or anything. But Mushak, is it? Mushak is, yes? Mushak, can you please exit the throne room while we have this discussion then? Mushak goes, of course, Sorry for... Yep, just go. Just go. Okay. Mooshok leaves.
Poor Mooshok.
Needless to say, y'all putting two and two together, there was a Dispel Magic type spell in the doorway. So...
I was like, why was she not disguised?
I had y'all roll a perception check to see if y'all noticed that her disguise dropped. So y'all could have...
that wouldn't have done any good anyway, so...
Well, y'all could have maybe talked about this before you were this close to the queens and she was on even higher alert.
Maybe.
Alright, Kefa speaks up and goes, well, now that has been resolved, we must thank you all for your service. From my reports, you have done some great deeds. With this being known to us, Shay will be extending some job offers to you all in the future. I will let Shay handle that. We would also like to bestow a place and land to you, Gamore.
Ooh.
Where you and your team can reside.
I didn't go ooh out loud, by the way. That was Leah.
Nope, you went ooh. You didn't. Alright. Zune speaks back up and goes, and we have listened to Shay's report last night of what you all reported to her, but we would like a first-hand accounts of these beasts. Can you give us a brief summary of what happened with them and some theories you may have? So I will let this skip to where you all tell them about the beasts and everything. But y'all haven't really talked about very much about the theories, right? Mm-hmm. So how about we skip the part you describing firsthand everything that happened. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all do that. Mm-hmm. Alright, so that was a very good description. But what are some theories you have on what's going on with these weird beasts?
Well, I think we're in agreement that it seems to be dark magic, but other than the beast just seeming possessed of some sort, we tried to find someone that knew about dark magic in one of the towns where we found one of them, and that person didn't have the equipment to study it. So if you have people here, I think that would be good to do that, because other than that, we don't have many theories so far.
Shay pipes in and goes, I have got my lead researcher and scientist on this, my Queen's course. Very good suggestion, Gamore. And I did not tell you all, but as we passed through Desmodon, those vials you gave me, I dropped off with my scientists. To be researching. Pac, was it, and Salvazar, do you all have anything to add to this?
Not really.
No. Akafa states, Shay, as you told us last night, you will continue to look into this, and as you just said, we want to be ready if these show up anywhere else, but furthermore, we want to figure out what is causing this. We do not wish for any more innocents to be harmed, and thank you all for what you all have done. We would like to have you all for lunch in a little bit, and would that be okay with you all?
It gets me every time. Yes, so we would like to join you for lunch. To eat lunch.
Okay. So I'm
yes, Salazar.
Can you not use the word have us for lunch? Just
would you not?
No, just that type of wording. Do you want to eat with us?
But
at lunch.
But Salazar, we so rarely get to play jokes on people, and it's rather fun to watch people squirm. If you had our power and we're a vampire, would you not mess with people just a little bit?
Yeah, okay,
not actually do it, of course.
We were terrified the first time we came, right?
Yeah, we almost didn't come here.
It also did a good job of deterring those lesser adventurers that would be boring and have boring stories.
True.
And see, it's been a fruitful relationship so far.
Yes.
All right. Zune then speaks up and goes, "We would also like to have a celebration dinner for Shay's 231st birthday. Would you all be our guests tonight for that as well?"
Yes, queens.
Are you in, Salazar?
Sure.
And Pac? Yes. Okay. And you all can bring Mushak. I assume Shay will vet her before then and make sure she's fine.
Sure.
And we can handle ourselves. Shay gets a little intense when she thinks we may be in peril. But we can handle ourselves.
Sorry for the surprise.
No. It's water under the bridge, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for your report, and if you do not need anything else, you all are dismissed, and we will continue having some more meetings before lunch.
Okay.
All right.
We bow and leave.
All right. You all head out. So you all have your private lunch with Shay. Let's say before lunch, Shay talks with Mushak. You all square away everything. I'm going to let your all's roles kind of just keep going.
Okay.
You all are able to square away everything. Shay's obviously going to be looking on and double checking Mushak from now on, but you all are able to have the private lunch with the queens. They ask a bunch of questions of Mushak and her current plight. They seem empathetic to her predicament during the luncheon and stuff. So, you all are all back at the Royal Guest Housing before the party tonight. Are there any conversations you want to have with anybody before that party occurs?
Nope.
No.
Alright, well, you all head off to the party. A small, not too extravagant of a party is held with Shay, the queens, and some other individuals around dinner, including you all. Did you all bring your familiars to that party?
Nope.
Oh.
So Barnaby stays back in the room chilling. Did you bring your bird?
Yep. She on my shoulder.
You get
She gonna get freaked.
You get some very inquisitive nobles asking about the bird, and the bird just kind of looks down on them with disgust. It's a very uppity bird you have. It all goes off without any too much craziness. You all then head back to your lodging, and Shay says to meet her in the morning again and to be fully packed up, that you all aren't staying here very long.
How old is Shay?
231. She turned 231 on your all's 2-week travels. So you all meet back in the morning and are all packed up and everything. And she goes, "Okay, everyone, we have 2 days of travel until we make it to my home in the city of Desmodon. At that point, we will spend the night there. We'll meet back up with Omi and Lynn, and we will then talk to my scientists, and then you all will be taken to your all's to Gamore's new home."
I was about to ask, did I figure out where this is?
Oh, I have been put in charge of getting you all there and taking care of your everything. I set it all up already, and you will find out in due time.
Okay, thank you.
I don't want to ruin the surprise. So then, anything you all needed to take care of here in the capital?
No.
All right.
I always feel like I'm forgetting something when you ask that.
I'm just making sure y'all don't want to do anything or grab anything on your way out.
It's not.
All right. So you all make it You all just take the roads, spend the nights in towns and stuff like that. So it is now the 21st of Fawns, or the second month. So, like February in our world. You all have arrived in Desmodon. This is where you first met Shay and the Queens.
Mm-hmm.
It is a town surrounded by woods. And it is laid out in a circular fashion. It is near the southern border of Desmodon and the provinces, the United Provinces. You are slated to stay in Shay's Manor. You see why I had trouble with that sentence. And Shay goes, would you all like to stay in the manor this time?
That would be great, thank you.
Salvazar?
Sure.
Alright, so Omi and Lynn are in the manor already. You all are shown to rooms. Shay says to make yourselves at home, grab some food, get some rest, and in the morning we'll go see the lead scientist and researcher. I assume y'all just sleep.
Sounds like a plan.
Sleep.
Yep.
Hang out with your familiars
Sleep.
for a little bit. And
I would like to try to see if Kira has any powers.
inside of the
Nope.
manor.
Nope. Outside.
Yes. Oh man, it's just ice.
Just
You
ice.
sure you want to do this in a city?
What? Is it gonna be that big?
Who knows? For either of your all's familiars.
Okay, I guess not. I'll wait. I'm just excited.
I know you all are.
We've just been like in carriages and in fancy places.
Shay goes, you all get comfortable and everything. I'm going to go take care of something.
Okay.
And leaves the manor.
Okay.
And you all hang out with your familiars, go to sleep and everything like that. And in the morning, Shay goes, okay, guys, we're going to go meet my lead researcher and scientist before I send you all to your new place. All right?
Cool.
Enos Davis, the scientist, is a little eccentric. Just to warn you.
Okay.
Wait, eccentric?
It means, Salvazar, it means kooky. It's a little kooky.
A little off.
You all are brought into Shay's lead researcher and scientist, and you've already been introduced that this is Enos Davis. You all walk into this rectangular room. It is a pretty big room to be a single room.
Mm-hmm.
And it is wood floors. You see wood tables everywhere with various books, papers, chests, vials, bubbling concoctions.
Mm-hmm.
Around the top are tubes, glass tubes running around the top like crown molding with rodents of various sizes running through them. Like hamster
Wheels?
Not wheels, tubes.
Ew. Okay.
You see standing off to the side is a human vampire that stands 5'4". They are non-binary and also gender apathetic, which means they don't really care what you think their gender is. And they don't identify as any particular gender. They're just Enos. So this person has light tawny brown skin and dark brown unkempt afro. The fro is held out of their eyes with goggles that are currently like working as a headband and is used to keep the hair out of their face. You also see various writing utensils in various parts of the hair and then a wand sticking out of the hair. They're currently wearing a long sleeve jacket and an apron with a skirt pant combo going on and various measuring instruments sticking out of the pockets of this skirt pant combo thing. Just everything is where it's easily accessible and they don't have to move to get to it. It's just on their person. As you enter this scientist room, you are greeted by various smells of metals, herbs, burning, and various smells that just assault your nostrils. A lot is going on in this room right now.
So I pretty much fall to the ground.
You want to make a constitution throw to see if you throw up? You get +2 to your constitution.
9.
You are able to barely keep your composure. So on these tables and on the walls, you see some mechanical items that you have never even seen or heard of, just hanging up and in various states of disrepair. You see scales, beakers, glasses, vials, and alembic, and various other glass instruments used for distilling and such. You see the single individual in this room furiously grinding on a mortar and pestle, just grinding away at something. And she goes, "This is Enos, again, one of the best minds of our time. They implored me once upon a time to turn them into a vampire so that they would have an eternity to pursue their research. And have a minimal amount of time wasted eating. And other things." The individual keeps working at that mortar and pestle. "Enos, we have visitors. The very individuals that procured you the vials that I gave you last night." Enos, who appears to have not slept at all, and also, to correction, gave a couple nights ago, so hasn't slept for a couple of nights.
Oh gosh.
Enos goes, yes, the vials. I'm sure it's a pleasure for you all to meet me. The vials. They gesture for you to come to, from standing out in the doorway, and to just, because y'all have been just standing in the doorway taking all this in. The half-life of these substances is so short in these vials. It's so short. It just, it begins to break down almost immediately upon contact with the air. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I had to create a vacuum around it, and then I was able to separate it into multiple vials so I could do some testing. Okay?
Cool.
So then I began running tests, so many tests, and it's been so exciting. And it has no effect on metal or wood and or most materials. I've never seen anything like this. It's amazing. But if I inject it into a living creature, guys.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Okay. Just let me show you. And they look around the tables and they go, "Where is it?" And they keep looking around. They go, "Just where is it?" And then they start looking at you and they're just holding out their hands and going, "Where is it? Guys, my wand, where is it? We're wasting time.
It's in your hair.
Why have you been pulling pranks on me?"
It's in your hair.
I
okay.
leave the room and just out the window and because I don't want to be in there with my sensitive nose.
You take a breather. Are you gonna come back in?
Yeah.
Or do you take a breather? Okay, you step out for a second while this debacle is going on with the wand finding. So then you come back in. Upon getting their wand again, they place their goggles over their eyes. They say, "Come to the center table. Come here.
Okay.
Y'all gonna surround the table?
Yep.
All right. Pick where you all are at on the table."
Oh God.
Enos motions y'all to approach. You all surround the table. You see on this table, it looks like what we would know as a glass aquarium, a foot or so tall, a couple feet long, like a rectangle, sealed. And it has what looks like a big cork on the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's completely sealed except for this cork.
Okay.
It also has, out of each corner, metal prongs that extend into it a little bit, with one of them extending out, and they all seem to connect the metal corners here to one point closest to Enos. And she takes her wand out of her hair, and she makes a couple motions with it, and a little portal appears up in the corner in one of those glass tubes. And you see a rat walk through it, and a little portal appears in this aquarium, and it walks through it into the aquarium. And then the portal dispels.
So, but it's still sealed?
Yeah.
Okay, I move so Pot can see. Because I thought it was going to be like an exposed animal, but it seems safer. Okay.
I would never, that I can remember, do something like that. That would be crazy with something I don't know fully the extent of it. That would be crazy. Okay?
I'm whispering to Salvador. I didn't mean for her to hear me.
Do you drink coffee? Question mark.
I have not had this coffee. I don't have... Would it help me... I have not slept in a couple of days. Would it help me continuing the research?
A little bit.
Okay, all right. Maybe you can bring me some after this.
Do you want an espresso, though?
Oh, is that light coffee?
It's like
we are getting distracted. We are getting distracted. What? Distracted.
I don't think
all right.
Coffee.
Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. We were okay. This is Zeke 503, okay? This is Zeke. This rat is Zeke 503.
You've tested this 502 times already?
Not this particular thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
But this is Zeke 503.
Okay.
Okay. He will help us with this experiment for the sake of science, okay? Okay. All right. Thank you, Zeke, for your service for Desmodon. Any questions before I proceed?
No.
Okay.
I leave to get an espresso, though.
You're just going to leave and not even watch what happens? Mm-hmm. All right.
Did they have espresso in this time?
I don't know if you'll have it in this town particularly. This is... It's a middle-sized town, so... Mm-hmm. Okay, I will give you... roll a just general luck roll.
13.
All right, with a 13, you go, I don't know if they have coffee or espresso in this town. I haven't seen it in the multiple times I've been here. So you think better of it. Mm-hmm. You want to head back in?
Yeah.
Okay. If he had got less than that, I would have just been like, hey, it might be in there. All right. So, Enos, after y'all don't have any questions, okay, all right. So she pulls out this syringe, and she goes, okay, all right. So, I'm gonna take this vial where I've separated out some of your all's liquid that you got, okay? And she sticks it in. She starts drawing it out. So I'm going to draw out some of this, and then I'm going to poke old Zeke 503 here, and then y'all can see what happens.
Oh, we've seen it, but okay.
All right. She takes the cork off, and Zeke just looks up to her like, okay. And then she goes, carefully, not mean, pokes it, and then pulls out her hand, puts the cork back on. And so this docile mouse looks up, and then it starts rubbing its head. It just starts rubbing its head like it has a headache or something, and it's just like, and then it starts, and as soon as the cork was back in, the wand's back in the hair, a writing utensil is pulled out, and she just starts furiously writing on some paper. So then the mouse just starts licking its paws. And then, so she goes, all right. So nothing happened to this mouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I only put a little bit in this time. Only little doses, nothing happens. That was to be expected. But if you take a big dose," and she pulls out a bigger vial and fills it up, she puts it back in, sticks the mouse again, pulls it out, corks it. You see this thing just start going, and its eyes just glaze over. And then it looks at Shay and just starts headbutting the container.
Oh, God.
And then starts backing up and taking a full sprint at the thing. And she goes, "Interesting. All of them last night and the couple of nights before charged at me. But now they're charging at Shay. Yeah."
Do you think you know why?
I don't have enough data. Hold on.
I will tell you why.
Alright, so then it just keeps doing that over and over. It's not changing this thing, and it goes, "Okay, oh wait. The cycle repeats now. It'll just keep doing this until it breaks its neck or it kills itself some other manner." So she goes, "It's no need to have this thing suffer." And so she takes her wand.
Wait. Can we test a theory? Shay, can you leave the room?
Yes. So Shay walks out of the room. It then turns to Enos and starts going after.
Yeah. Okay.
Good idea, you two. Good idea.
Okay, can you leave the room now?
Wait. Can I tell you why it's
Okay, wait. Do we have any more experiments to do with this mouse in particular?
Not really. I'll
can
just
go ahead and kill it.
Yeah.
Alright, she takes her wand and touches it to the metal rod that extends outside of the thing. And it goes, electricity comes from the wand, goes into the metal rods, and electrocutes it to death. And she goes, "I'm sorry you had to die, Zeke 503, but there was no need for you to suffer. I have enough data from that test." She goes, "Okay, alright, Salazar, you were trying to tell me something. Okay, what is it?"
Shay, you can come back now.
Okay, Shay comes back in. Okay, Salazar.
So
What do you got?
Technically, any of the possessed things with whatever vial
Yes.
this is,
Uh-huh.
technically,
Uh-huh.
it's drawn to the most magical person in the room.
Oh, you all have seen this as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it also tries to suck magic out of it.
Yes, I had read the reports that Shay had given me that it pulled some magic out of you. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt pretty bad.
I can only imagine having my magical essence pulled from me
It
forcefully.
felt like my being was being sucked out.
Interesting. Okay, so do you? Okay, so we have the hypothesis that it will go after the most magical person. That's crazy. I wish I had more people in here to test, but it was the middle of the night, Okay.
I wanted to know if it would go after Pac after her or me. Like, is Pac more powerful than me? I wanted to keep going with this.
Well, Pac has less body mass than you, so.
But that's different. See, but Salazar,
Magical
our magical energy, chakra, chi, spirit, soul, spiritual energy, aura, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter how big and strong or little and meek you are. It doesn't matter. It's what's on the inside. It's what's on the inside that fuels your magic. Okay? So it doesn't matter. It could be way different. So we could have kept doing the experiment, but there was no need for that mouse to do that. So we've got that. We figured out that it takes a certain amount to be injected into them. But do you all have any other hypothesis or anything else I can go on to test to see what's going on? Any other clues or ideas or stuff of how this is being made? This liquid.
I think, dark magic, pretty much.
Okay, but that is a whole school of magic.
Are we supposed to know?
Is there anything you've come across in your travels that might have any clues about this or anything. I don't know if it's something you all should know. I'm asking you while I have you here, because I know you all won't stay very long. Nobody ever stays very long in here. So you will only be in here for a short time.
Well, I don't know if this is helpful, but near the beginning of our travels, we saw people cutting up other people.
And then what were they doing after that?
Seems like they were like sucking something out of them.
Was there any black liquids in those rooms?
Yes. Right?
What?
I think so, yeah.
What? And it just looks like she has already spun off in her own mind, like thinking about, okay. Further testing, it will be required to determine what exactly, but that is a good lead. That is a good lead. I can test that further. Okay.
Cool.
Do you all have anything else I need to know? Before you what?
You need to take a chill pill and like relax for a couple seconds.
Maybe sleep some.
But sleep would mean that I'm not researching.
Okay. Wait. What if it's like a long term, like you have to boil something for like a few hours?
You want me to leave a fire on a liquid in my lab
that's made of wood
without me watching it?
Just let her be, Salazar.
Do you want my lab?
Do you know what a vacation is?
How dare you? I asked Shay to turn me so that I would not have to worry about vacations anymore.
She's helping us, Salazar. It's okay.
I know,
Shay,
but like...
Shay speaks up at this point and she goes, okay guys, Enos, and she walks over to Enos and she puts her hand around Enos. Why don't you, and you all see, she, Shay takes something out of one of her, like, bags and puts it on her hand and, like, rubs it on her back. She's like, Enos, come sit down for a second. I gotta tell you something. And by the time she's got Enos over to the chair, Enos has just, like, passed out. And she's like, Enos gets this way sometimes when she's put on a new task. And sometimes...
What did you pull from your pocket, though?
It's just a simple sleep, like goop, liquid or whatever that I rubbed on her. She'll get about 8 hours, and she will be fine. I'll have some of the assistants come in and check to make sure nothing dangerous happens in the meantime. Well, it seems like she's going. They're going to need some more time to research this, but I think this has been helpful. They've been able to learn a little bit more. We've been able to figure out some things. Is there anything else I should leave for Enos on a piece of paper or something before we head out?
No.
So you all leave the room, and Shay goes, well, let's head back to the manor so I can introduce you all to someone else. So you all arrive at the manor, and you enter the foyer, and you are greeted by a 5'6" human female, about 40 years old, with stark white hair and ivory-colored skin. She has on black pants and a black jacket with some green accents, and she has a knife and one equipped on her belt, and then a light crossbow slung over her shoulder on her back.
Where
and a
are we
quiver of
at?
bolts. You're in the manor at Shay's.
Okay.
Shay's manor. Shay goes, this is Annie Meadows. She will be the chief steward of your household, Gamore.
Okay. Hello.
You will have more employees under you at your residence, and that you'll be able to meet with once you arrive there. All these employees, including Annie here, are paid by myself. You will not need to worry about paying them. You won't need to worry about that at all. And if you have any questions about the residence and or the surrounding area, then Annie would be the one to talk to. She has a cart and will take you to the residence now. It's a couple hours away. I'm going to stay here while Enos researches a little bit, and I will follow behind you after a couple days. I'll come directly to your home and talk with you all about that job offer.
Okay. Is it... I just kind of like go up to Shay, like, side note. Is it big enough? Like, is the residence big enough for all the rest of my party?
I've taken care of you.
Okay. I
There is
appreciate
no need to
this
worry.
very much.
Wait, why is it Gamore's house though?
I figured you would have this question, Salazar. We will talk more of the rest of your payment for your services when I come to the house. Will that be okay?
Yeah.
But don't worry, you will still be compensated. I know how that is very important to you. But we will discuss that further once you all get settled in. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
I think that should be fine. So Pac, Omi, the familiars, Salazar, Gamore, and you all load up into the cart. Annie is driving.
And Omi? Did you say
Yep,
Omi?
Pac and Omi and the familiars. She then proceeds to exit Desmodon on the southern exit, and that is where we're going to end today.
Annie Meadow.
What is going on with that liquid?
Yeah.
What does this new house look like? Will our adventurers' insatiable urge to continue adding people and animals to their party ever be satiated?
Probably not.
Find out on the next Aerde Tales episodes. Alright, let's take care of some housekeeping. Some of the music in this episode was made by M. Edward. They can be found at soundcloud.com/MikeDob33, Mike Dob 33. And the 3 songs that were used are also linked in the description. Click the links to enjoy some of their music, or some more of their music. Our adventurers encounter magical items, and I want to invite everyone to visit patreon.com/Looney Studios. The link is in the description. On the front page, there is a link to a Google form. Click that and submit a magical item that you come up with on your own. Anyone can do this. You don't have to be a patron. And you can do it anonymously, or put your name or username on it to receive credit if we use it. Please add to this list, as it's one of Noah's and our favorite parts of the game, which is getting those new magical items. While you're there, you can also check out the Looney Studios Patreon, and if you become a patron, you can gain access to this podcast early, among other perks. And speaking of Patreon, I want to thank our patrons. Thank you so much. What you do helps us create this podcast, and among other things. And the overworld map that was made using the software Wonderdraft. Maps and tokens were either directly from or adapted from assets from 2-Minute Tabletop and Dynamic Dungeons. 2-Minute Tabletop can be found at 2minutetabletop.com or patreon.com/2Minute Tabletop. Dynamic Dungeons can be found at patreon.com/Dynamic Dungeons. The links are in the description. Visit them to check out their amazing work. Looney Studios can be found at looneystudios.com and at the social media platforms listed in the description. Please give a review on your favorite podcasting site, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and submit magical items on our Patreon. The Looney family hopes that you have a wonderful day. That was a Looney Studios podcast.